All right, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about doing some work inside the house on the truss, the oak truss, which is holding up our living room cathedral ceiling. And there it is. And I sit here and I look at it every night. And last winter I said, oh, I'm going to just go put the ladder up here and sight the bottom of these rafters just to see what they're doing. And the wall, all the rafters on this side, except for the one way over there, all have a very slight sag to them. All the ones on that side are perfectly straight. So I don't like that this has a little sag to it. So I've been thinking, how am I going to help these out? I don't want to add another rafter in between. And I don't want to do any, so I've been sitting here thinking about it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oak braces that'll sit on top of the lower cord of the raft of that truss, and they'll go up and be screwed to the underside of the two center rafters. And that will basically shorten the span from here, instead of from here to there, it'll shorten that by at least 4 feet, which will help out these rafters and make me sleep better at night. So that's the project. I got to set up some staging, and I've got some oak that I think I filmed it already. I'm going to show you that, and we'll start the process. Okay, I did here, let's get it so you can see it. I did a drawing of cross section of the, of the actual truss. So the truss spans 20 feet. The truss length is 20 feet. Its clear span is 18'8" or approximately. And I didn't draw all the diagonals in here just to make this clearer. And these locations up here are where the rafters sit on top of the trusses. So there are 6 of these rafters. And my idea is to, since the collar ties, it would have been nice when I was sawing all the rafters. If I had another extra tree, I would have added in 1 or 2 more rafters up here. But it didn't happen. I sawed that stuff so long ago. Anyways, I can't add, well, let me back up. I could add rafters, but what I'd have to do is open up the soffits on either side of the house and slide them up in between these. And I don't want to do that. That is a absolute ton of work, and it's gonna make it look odd. It just won't look right. I'm trying to find out the simplest solution. So I'm not going to add rafters, but my idea is to the other thing is the purlins are not 20 footers. They're only 16s. So they only go from this side to here and from that side to here. So they don't span the whole way. If they spanned the whole way, I'd been okay, because it added a whole nother layer of strength to the roof. So my plan is to support these 2 middle rafters. And the way I'm going to do that, and this is an end view of the truss. There's the truss. The bottom and top cords are, there we go, are 8x10s. The truss is made out of oak. And the rafters are 6x8s. I don't know how long they're spanning. I didn't measure that. But my thought is to add pieces in here, just under these 2 rafters. So we'll have 2 of those support pieces coming down on either side of the truss, and they'll go up. They'll be notched over the bottom cord, And I think I'm just going to use some really big GRK screws and screw them up into the rafters. I could notch them into the rafter, but if for some reason I don't like this, we don't like the look of it, then I basically compromise those two rafters even further, and I don't want to do that. So this is something I can add on. I'm going to make them, I was going to make them out of oak, but I think I'm going to make them out of ash. It's a little bit lighter, just plenty strong enough. And I've got some dying ash out in our woods that I think will be perfect for this. And there you have it. All right, so that's the plan. I'm going to go out in the woods and cut down a couple trees and put them on the sawmill and saw these into, I think I'm going to just saw them into 4x4s or 4x6s, one or the other, 4x4s or 4x6s. And that way they'll fit nicely, a 4-inch piece will fit nicely under the 6-inch wide rafter. All right, there's my plan. All right, I'm walking around the woods and I found, oh geez, I'm tripping everywhere. I found this red oak. I can get 13 feet out of it, so I can get 2 pieces out of it. It's dead, which is awesome. And it's right looking at the sun here, but I think I can drop it right there on top of that leaning pine tree. So let's take this one down. It's a good candidate. Awesome. Went right down, took down that, oh boy, took down that dead pine. All right, I'm gonna cut this to about 13 feet and see if we can get the tractor down here to drag it out. It is just over 13 feet. And, oh, jeez. Run and walk right into the sawmill. Good way to start the day. Ow, that hurts. I am gonna try and get some 4x5s out of this. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Who knows how long the battery will last. Yeah, that might be a better shot. All right, so it is 9 by 9 right now. I don't mind these knots in here. And it's dead, but what's rotten is the sapwood. And it's the light colored wood below the bark. The heartwood is all in perfect condition. So, I don't know. It would be nice to get all 4 pieces out of this, but I don't know if that's possible. So it's 9 by 9. I gotta go do some gazintering and see if I can get the 4 pieces I need out of this. I don't really want any of the bark showing, but we'll see. So I just flipped it over and I took a piece off of that side. And I wanted to see what this side looks like, and it's wide enough. So I'm gonna take the other 1/2 inch, flip it over and take the other 1/2 inch off of this. That'll get me down to 8 1/8. And then I can worry about those 2 sides. All right, what I'm attempting to do is to cut some off of either side, as little as I have to get down to maybe this kind of thing, where a little bit of the rotten sapwood is showing, because I'm going to put a chamfer on that and that'll disappear. If they were all like that, I would love it, but still, I think I need to take more off and shrink this down a little bit more. A little bit off of this side. And definitely maybe a ½ an inch off of the other side. So let me get a tape measure. Hopefully, look at, let's see what this is here. I think that's it. I think that's as good as I can get this thing. So I think our next step is to flip it up and cut it down the middle at 4 inches, and we'll end up with 4, and I think that's 5 3/4. The dimensions don't really matter. I'm just trying to get as big a pieces as I can out of it. All right, there we have it. It's got the pith in there. I don't care, that just adds character. These things are way stronger than they are gonna have to be asked to load, that they're gonna ask to be bear on them. So I'm just happy we could take a dead tree out of the woods and get, of course these are gonna be cut, it's 13 feet long, they'll be cut to 6'6", and I'll have 4 pieces that I can put in the house. But the next step is I'm going to take them over to the garage and get the power planer and power plane all 4 sides and put a chamfer on it and then cut them to length, cut them in half, and then maybe set them aside to dry till after Christmas, because I don't want to have to deal with this with family coming, and I got to keep the house nice and clean. So this is going to be the first step in getting the roof secured. All right, not much goes to waste. This is the top of that dead tree, and it's going in the firewood pile to heat the house for next year. All right, I got them into the cellar. They're whatever size they are. I was just happy to get 4 pieces out of that one dead tree. I don't even mind that there is some dead rotten sapwood in there. I think it all looks to it's going to all add to the flavor of the house. So they're completely green. They absolutely weigh a ton. I'm going to leave them in here for as long as I can, down in the cellar here next to the wood stove. I know it's probably not the optimal drying situation, but screw it. They'll, at least when I go to pick them up the next time, they'll weigh a little bit less than now. So the next time you see me, I'll have staging upstairs of some kind, and I'll be making a pattern and starting to think about cutting these and installing them. So stick around, that stuff's coming up. I don't know when. All right.
Okay. It's kind of heavy. I don't know how much control I'm going to have over this thing. Oh boy. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Oh. Careful, man. Careful.
All right, they're there.
Yeah, this is not working.
Yep, I'll get up there and adjust it.
Oh, maybe you can set it on top of the ladder temporarily?
Wait. Bulbs.
I don't know. That's, you either need to
Yeah,
rest it
let
on
go.
top of that or tie it back with the bolts.
Can we just leave it like that?
If it's not in your way, it's not in my
No,
way.
that's okay. It's not in my way there. All right, you can see it. I can't see it on the film here. Where the heck are we? Anyway, there's the template. And I think it's going to be okay. I kind of wanted it to come out to the second purlin down. So that's good. And so I'm going to take that template, go outside on the actual pieces and cut them out. Cut one of them out. Actually, I'm going to cut 2 of them out. Because there's 2 on this side over here and 2 on the other side. I didn't like that. And it didn't cut it square. I don't like that. Oh, it's pretty close. All right, let's try the other end. Ah, this thing is heavy. come on. All right, let's try that. That's pretty good. Ended right there. Followed the angle. I'm going to make that cut next. All right, I got that cut. I might try and, I don't know, we'll cut into here and see what happens. Cut into that, see what happens. Hold on. I gotta clean that up a little bit, and we'll go bring that one. Oh, I've got one cut here, and then I'm at, oh boy. Well, I gotta do one cut here, and then I'm gonna pre-drill for these GRK screws to go in there. One or at least two of them, maybe three. That joint at the bottom is not, that joint at the bottom is not very good. And I'm debating whether to take the whole thing back down and cut that. I probably should have just put one screw in up there. And I think I am going to take this out, take it out, and try to get that joint to be closer. Anyway, there you have it. That's what I'm going for. It shortens the span by 3 feet 8 inches, which I think is pretty good. So it should really help. Oh, geez, should really help out these two center rafters, because the purlins don't run full length. The longest ones run to here, and then the next one up runs to that one, and so they're a little bit short. And so this, supporting these two middle rafters, will greatly strengthen the roof system. All right, there are two. We got two up there. I don't know, it might be time in the day to get one more. Yeah, they're not perfect. I glued and screwed a stop on at the top end, just as a precaution. All right, staging set up on that side. I'm gonna start on those two. The ladder's in the wrong spot. I need the ladder backwards. I can't reach up and put the screws in. Look at that. I can't believe it. That was the only one so far that actually fit. Oh. First time out. Lovely. Awesome. All right, that fit awesome. I'm just going to put up that little block up there, and then that one's done. And that's it for today. I got 3 of the 4 done. Woo! Look at that. I call that close enough. Close enough.
Ooh, look at that. Looks good.
All right, these joints aren't perfect. No one can see them. I'm really concerned about that look. They are butting up against each other, which is where all the pressure is coming from this side and this side. Last night I was looking at this thinking, huh, that almost looks like it's in 90 degrees. And by golly, it's almost perfect. So I just guessed on the length of these pieces. And lo and behold, they're almost perfectly square. 90 degrees. All right, the last thing to do is to add this block up on there, which gets glue and 4 screws. And you can see that one up there that's done. Just as added protection. The glue is plenty strong enough, well, along with the screws and the 2 GRKs, to resist any movement downward. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yesterday I actually tightened up these, and believe it or not, I tightened them up a whole ½ an inch. The whole truss system up here has been installed for what, 3 years, and it's dried out enough. I said, oh, those look pretty loose, so tighten those up. All right, I'm going to add that block and take the staging down, and I'll give you a shot of what it looks like all done. All right, that's it for this video. I managed to get all the braces up. I thought I might drop one on the floor, and that would have been awful. Didn't happen, so that's good. And I think it's going to add a lot of strength to the roof. I'll be able to sleep better at night. That's what it's all about, right? So that's what they ended up looking like. I don't mind the knots. It's not perfect. It came from a tree off the property, so that looks pretty good. All right, thanks for watching. Stick around. I'm sure there'll be more videos posted.